Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. We're here with another video, and today D69 is taking on AGT or Agent Graphite. This is going to be Alliance War Season 24 and is the 4th war. I've now tried to record this video 5 times and on my laptop, and it didn't work, so we're trying on my PC this time. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been really unreliable for recordings recently, so I'm just trying to fix that. In this war, we're taking in Quake, Warlock, and Magic. So this is the team that I take into war all the time. These are easily my 3 most commonly used defenders here, and I'm able to bring them all today. So in section 1, we are going to go path 9. I had City bring his rank 3 6-star Mephisto to take Airwalker on the first node, and then I am going to take Sasquatch on the second node. So Torch could take this fight very, very easily, but unfortunately was not able to send a Torch, so I'm just going to Quake it. Originally I was on path 6, section 1, with that iHulk and Morningstar, but doesn't make a difference to me. It's one less fight, whatever. And yeah, this is a pretty simple fight. I am going to be boosting up here, but it's really not a hard fight. Sasquatch, there's not really too much that's complicated about quaking him, except for that when he's in his Wrath of Tanarak, he becomes stun immune, but that's not really a big problem. As he doesn't have any tricky double mediums or something like that, so like I said, it's not that bad. Took me a while there to boost up and get in, but this guy also does have a very large health pool. I think Apocalypse is first in the game and he's second for the game, but it might be reversed. He might have this the highest health pool in the game, but the only thing that makes that manageable really is the fact that I have class advantage here. So my Quake cycle is doing 15% of his health, which is pretty nice at this point. To his Wrath of Tanarak really fast. So here he's at 7. I believe he is about to go into Wrath right here. Yeah, there we go. So right before the cycle expires, but he's down to 37%. It's only been 45 seconds, so I know this fight is already over. Especially he's easy to Quake in general, but especially someone as experienced in Alliance War using Quake as I am, it's just not hard at all. So there you go. I did parry by accident there, but one more Quake cycle and this guy's going down, so it's going to be under a minute and a half, which I'm pretty happy with. Also, when I brought Magic today, I actually had the plan of using Magic for this next fight that I'm about to show you. And then Jay Gase told me that, he asked me if for it. He offered to Quake it. I said, I'm the better Quaker, just let me do it. Because he only usually brings Quake for secondary and tertiary options. But yeah, if someone in my battle group is gonna Quake one of the more difficult fights, it's probably gonna be me. But yeah, this fight is not too hard. So this is a rank 3 6-star Venom the Duck on Power Snack. We do our double decks to prevent Power Snack or to stop it. But I believe I do activate it one time in this fight because I mess up. Excuse me. But yeah, since this is a rank 3 6-star and Venom the Duck has fairly decent health, plus he's going to get a regeneration right here when this expires. He's going to get back about 15-16% of his health. But other than that, it's not really too hard, but you'll notice right here, we are at 2 minutes into the fight, and he's at half health. So this fight's going to be about 4 minutes, but I expected that. And then with compensating for the healing, it's probably going to be about 3.5 minutes, which is not really a hard fight. I could Quake 10 of those a war and be completely fine, usually. But yeah, this fight almost down. I did thank J-Gaze for suggesting, because he was right and I was concerned about having issues with Protect using magic. However, just Quake was a great suggestion that I kind of overlooked for this fight. So, there we go. Also, like, tons of other champs could have taken that. Magic, Warlock, Archangel. Like, so many champs can take that fight. It's just not a good placement, but that's alright. And now we have a Stryfe on Mixmaster. So I have been taking Mixmaster every single war so far this season. And here they place some Warlock food. You guys have seen me take Apocalypse. You guys have also seen me take Omega Red on this node. I am very comfortable with the strategy of light, medium. And this person also plays with willpower. So despite the power from one, that is actually going to be the only L1 he throws the entire fight, because we're just going to control his power so well. So we're going to throw on the L2 here. I did not have suicides on. I actually did not use suicides for a single fight in any of the first 4 wars. So I think I at the time I'm recording this, I've already done my 5th war, and I do turn on suicides for that war. For the second half of that war at least, but up until then I didn't really use suicides, and honestly it was kind of nice because it definitely saved me a ton of potions even if the fights were a lot slower. So yeah, there we go. That one goes down pretty simply. Another L2 cleans him up, and now we're going to go to the next fight, which is going to be Sentinel on EMP modification with Burden of Might, and Rolling Thunder doesn't really do anything, but there's also Enhanced Energy on this node. And there's not really too much about this fight. It's not, like, it's a pretty common fight. Like, it's a pretty common placement, because if you try to use someone like Doom, yes, you'll get the fight done fine. It's just going to be a little bit of a long fight because of the analysis. So Quake is definitely the best option to this fight. I can see an argument for Red Mags, but I think Quake is definitely better than Red Mags for this fight. That being said, I am going to make a mistake in this fight, and this is actually the only this is the only fight this war that I get hit in. So there you go. You see I did get hit. And because of the node that enhances energy damage, and some of his attacks do energy damage, you are actually going to be taking passive damage every time he hits you. So that we did take a little bit of extra damage there, but it's not really that big of a deal. And then one more Quake cycle. This guy's so close. Nice thing is he is a robot, so he does not benefit from willpower. He will not get the healing from it, so it's a little less health for Quake to worry about. But there you go, we do get that fight down, and let's go on to our next fight. So I did get JK. He was really nice to move up for me here, so I was still boosted, and I'm going to take this Dead Widow. In hindsight, I probably should have used magic for this fight, but Warlock is just fine. And what I actually learned in this fight is you'll notice no willpower. Even while she's not heal blocked, there's no healing. So this person plays without willpower. I was actually able to inform someone on, Run, who's on path 6, section 1, who hadn't moved yet. I was actually able to tell him that the first champ he was fighting, he was using Warlock. They did not have willpower. So, yeah, that just made it a little easier for him. But here, Vigor triggers just barely, which is actually perfect because it is going to trigger the power drain while I have an infection up, while he tries to heal. And this girl, she's pretty much dead anyways. I think it's this combo right here that cleans her up real nice. And there you go. So now let's go on to the next fight. This is going to be Path 1, Section 1, second node. So this is Lionheart Buffet. And this Lionheart. I said Lionheart. And we're going to be quaking this. So this is a very long Quake fight. This fight took over 4 minutes. So we're just going to speed through it. And if you guys were wondering, yes, enhanced regeneration does affect willpower. So when I have the debuffs on him, basically the whole fight he's healing at least 600 per tick, which is around 1200 a second. So for the whole fight, he's healing about 1200 a second. So that's always fun. I did have Despair max, so it would have been even higher. I don't think I would have timed out. Oh, well, I don't know why it's yawn. It's like 10 p.m. I don't think I would have timed out, but it would just have made it a little bit scarier. And you'll notice right there, I did actually trigger buffet, but luckily it was during concussion, so there was no healing. And then what I did is I charged in because I knew that if I was on my own wall, it's very unlikely he would charge towards me, and then I could dex while the concussion was still up to shut off the buffet, and I would have to deal with either parry style the whole fight, or I would have to deal with 15% more health, which I knew at that point would cause me to time out. So there we go, down to 36%. So this is going down. It doesn't feel like it because he's healing so much whenever my my aftershocks are not expiring to deal damage. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. 27% left. We got a minute 30 down to 20%. And I think we're actually going to finish this fight off right here. No, it's the next cycle. Okay, all right. So this gets into 9%. And you'll notice just watching his health, he got all the way up to 12%. So he's healing about 4 to 5% of his max health every single Quake cycle, which is every 10 seconds. So that can add up to be a lot. Also, if you're facing a rank 3 6-star on that node and you are using Quake, use Suicides. I am not running Suicides, and if that was a rank 3 6-star, I would have timed out. But now let's go up to the next node, and this is going to be a Havok on the Buffet Mini with the power drain effects. I don't know. They're not buffs, they're effects. And Havok is just a really dumb placement, to be honest, because you can both counter Havok's abilities and you can counter the regeneration simultaneously, and this person's actually running willpower, so it just makes it that much easier. So we're just gonna get up to... Oh, I actually don't get to a special. I think we're just doing basic attacks this whole fight. Okay, cool. But the thing is with Havok is that if you parry his first and his second attack, if you punish right away, then as long as he's not stunning me, you are going to be able to hit him. So that could mean one of two things. If you, what was I saying? Wow, I completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, parrying 2 attacks in a row. So the 2 cases are he uses double medium, and since he ends a combo, he does not have time to get up in time, and you can combo into him. Or the other one is he does a medium light after you dash back, and in which case the second hit, the first reparry, will actually stun him, and you'll be safe to go in for a combo. So I always keep that in mind when I am using someone against Havok, and reparrying is that no matter what, after 2 hits, I am going to get an opening. So, there you go. I got JK to move up for me, and we have 2 more fights this war, so we have 9 fights. I think this ties war number 1 with the least number of fights I've had so far. I could be wrong about that, but 9 fights is not usually the way I do things in war. I usually take more than that, but 9 fights. I really can't complain. Because they were not all simple fights. I'd say that A-bomb Immortal Abomination on that node was probably the hardest fight on the map. But the boss was also rather difficult. It was a pretty easy boss, to be honest, but that's alright. And Professor X actually has a similar thing to Havok, where some of his mediums, they're non-contact, which means you can't parry stun the opponent on them. And the thing is with Professor X is that the only attack that makes contact is his first medium. So you'll notice that every time before I parry, I dash back to set it up. So here we're going to go into an L2. This person is running willpower, so we're just going to completely sap their power. He's down to 50%. I realize, okay, I get to another L2. I throw it off. This fight's probably over, but I'm not going to take the risk. I'm actually going to save for my L3, get a little healing. Not that that does anything. It actually does absolutely nothing because this is Warlock's last fight, and that wouldn't be that bad if not for the fact that he also is backup on no more fights. So I'm quaking Manthing on 54, and then someone's using Torch for the Dragon Man boss. So there's just not too much need. So right here, I'm going to throw my L3, gonna get a little bit of regen, some power drain, some extra damage. I mean, there's not a huge downside with him, really. And it does decent damage too. It takes him down to 9%. We still have him heal blocked, so there's just nothing he can do at this point. He's not getting any power, even though this node has power focus 1. He is just getting absolutely destroyed. So now we'll go into the last fight of my war, and this is actually going to be a Manthing, a 6-star rank 3 Manthing, which is a bold rank up on 200% passive power gain, or I think it's power gain effects grant 200% additional. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but I do know that it has unblockable special 2 as well on it. So if you are facing someone with a problematic special 2, for example, in War 5, you guys are going to see me take Emma Frost on this node, and you'll see why the special 2 is a big problem. But that's all right. I did mess up my quaking there, but because I had concussion up, I did actually fail Mystic Dispersion. And yes, ability accuracy reduction can fail Mystic Dispersion. I've seen it happen. I've seen someone do like a breakdown of a part of a video where that happened. But Manthing's actually down to like 20% here. He's going pretty nicely. 2 more Quake cycles, and there we go. 1 more, and this guy goes down. So really, really nice war for me. 9 fights, no deaths. Decent pickup. And now, unfortunately, we did lose to Agent Graphite, so we faced them in Season 21, either the end of Season 21 or the beginning of Season 22, and we beat them. And then we faced them again in Season 23, and they beat us. So we really wanted to beat them, but unfortunately, we just couldn't do it. Ortho's always beaten me for that #1 MVP spot. But yes, I did get #2 in the Alliance, which is pretty good. And now let's take a look at the battle group. So battle group 1 died twice. Or sorry, no. 3 times. Battle group 2 died twice, and then battle group 3 died 8 times. So they did have a little bit of a rough war, but that is actually going to be the end of this war video. This is going to make us 2-2 on the season with a death total of 0 still. PSR is 39 out of 39 or 100%, adding on the 9 fights from today, and our deathless streak has surpassed 50. We're at 53, which is really nice. And we're sitting in Masters as well, which is cool. But that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.